On the Today with Jenna and Friends show from September 1st, the parents reflected on the past few months and shared how much they discovered about themselves at their children's sleepaway camps. The Hager children, Mila, 12, Poppy, 10, and Hal, 6, are Jenna and Henry's proudest accomplishments as parents. Vale, 11, and Charlie, 8, are Savannah and Mike Feldman's children. At least some of it. In 11 years, nothing like what we did has occurred, Savannah remarked. For 3 weeks, our 2 children attended sleepaway camp. No one, absolutely no one. Amazingly, there was hardly a sound. Should we go out to dinner? Was our initial thought. Is this the best course of action? And we continued doing that for a few days. We began going to bed at 6:30 every night to watch TV and read. It reminded me of when we were dating, we had no kids, and on a Saturday you'd wake up and be like, what should we do today? Savannah made an additional comment. Having been moved by Savannah's narrative, Jenna recounted a unique event she experienced at sleepaway camp with Mila and Poppy. Since her youngest child remained at home, the co-host of the 4th Hour remarked, she did not have the same freedom as Savannah. But she did mention that when Hal was not among his brothers, he began to act differently. Being an only child was perfect for him, she explained. I gushed to my girls about how well behaved he was. Hal has changed a lot since you weren't here, I thought. According to her, he was fantastic. And Mila goes, maybe we're the problem. According to Jenna, her daughter's statements caused her to reevaluate her family dynamic. 2 of America's most beloved TV personalities, Savannah and Jenna Bush Hager, have built their careers on being charming, funny, and relatable. Their time together as Today with Hoda and Jenna co-hosts has left an unforgettable impression on viewers. Their charming personalities, strong familial ties, and clever remarks solidify their position as daytime television mainstays. Despite their glitzy public appearances, Savannah and Jenna have overcome a significant emotional and practical obstacle in their lives, a cancer diagnosis. As a shocking and touching disclosure, the sisters opened out about their struggles with cancer, a path that has changed their lives and given them lessons that will last a lifetime. This is the tale of their journey from vulnerability to strength, through the maze of their health, and out the other side with fresh views on love, resilience, and life. The breaking news. A family rocked to its very foundation. Both Savannah and Jenna were diagnosed with different types of cancer within a year of each other, throwing the Hager family into a whirlwind of emotions. The family was already used to being in the public eye thanks to their parents, former President George W. Bush and former First Lady Laura Bush. The more aggressive and uncommon breast cancer struck Savannah, the older sister. A crushing blow was dealt by the diagnosis. Savannah, who was known for her lively personality and boundless energy, was confronted with an unexpected truth. The mental and emotional burden of an illness that many people link with dread and uncertainty was just as heavy as the physical burden that cancer would exact on her. Despite its uniqueness, Jenna's diagnosis was shocking all the same. Her doctor found lymph node metastases from a type of thyroid cancer. Cancer would challenge Jenna's unwavering optimism and bravery, which she had always exhibited as the courageous and cheerful sibling. Confronting their own mortality while simultaneously navigating the expectations and feelings of those closest to them and the general public was an enormous challenge for both ladies. They made the tough choice to come clean about their diagnosis in the hopes that their story could provide comfort to those going through the same thing. They were both of the opinion that it was crucial to bring attention to the emotional ups and downs of dealing with illness, showing that there were times of extreme vulnerability, grief, and terror. Quite unexpected. Unit 1. The influence of exposure. The significance of being vulnerable was the initial takeaway for Savannah and Jenna from their battles with cancer. Being in the spotlight for so long had conditioned these ladies to project an image of power, prosperity, and joy. They presented an image of unwavering strength and control in their professional and personal lives. Public perceptions are irrelevant to cancer, though. They were confronted with an unprecedented level of vulnerability as a result of the devastating truth of their diagnoses. There were moments when they felt vulnerable, afraid, and unsure, and they let their audiences know about it. Beyond the obvious physical demands, they also had to learn to be vulnerable with those closest to them and with the people who saw them perform. They discovered an unexpected sense of strength via sharing their emotions. As they continued to share, they came to realize that being vulnerable was actually a strength, not a weakness. They came to the realization that letting others see them in their most authentic forms enabled them to develop greater connections with them. Countless viewers were impressed by their courage to embrace their hardships, whether it was with health issues or personal struggles overall. In being vulnerable, they were reminded that it's all right to not have it all together and that it can lead to healing. Quite unexpected second lesson. Taking care of yourself and your mental health. Mental health and self-care were the subjects of this second lecture. After years of balancing their successful television professions with their family responsibilities, Jenna and Savannah finally understood that self-care is more than a catchphrase. It's an absolute must, particularly when faced with devastating circumstances. Their lives were filled with interviews, public appearances, and television production before to their diagnoses. Very little time was available for introspection or rest. However, they had to slow down because cancer was on the horizon. They soon learned that emotional and psychological well-being are equally crucial. Seeking professional assistance, like therapy, and allowing oneself permission to take breaks were priorities for both women as they started to prioritize their mental health. Specifically, Savannah was forthright about the negative effects on her mental health that the stress of her illness had on her. Journaling, meditation, and cherishing moments with loved ones brought her comfort. Similar lessons on the importance of mental health were acquired by Jenna. She learned the hard way that dealing with the emotional and mental challenges that came with her disease was essential to her speedy recovery, even if her diagnosis occurred later than Savannah's. They became strong advocates for the need of emphasizing mental health in the fight against sickness by focusing on self-care. Their testimonies touched listeners and highlighted the interconnected nature of emotional and physical well-being. Quite unexpected, thirdly, value your relationships with family and friends. The significance of one's family and community was the third lesson that Jenna and Savannah both learned. The encouragement of those closest to them was crucial to their success on their travels. They both spoke about how their family's love and support, especially from their parents, helped them get through their cancer treatments. As Savannah dealt with her own health issues, the link she had with her mother, Laura Bush, became even more important. Laura would offer solace, strength, and knowledge during their late-night chats. Henry Hager and his family's unfaltering love extended to Jenna as well. They were greatly helped in their recovery by the support of their loved ones and friends, who came together to stand by them. Leaning on others when you're hurting is okay, as their cancer journeys taught them. The importance of reaching out for assistance and the strength that came from having someone you can lean on were themes that both Savannah and Jenna spoke on. Their stories served as a powerful reminder to themselves and their listeners that the support of loved ones may carry them through the darkest hours. Quite unexpected fourth lesson. Perseverance in discovering one's life's mission. Finally, and most importantly, the women realized how critical it is to have a goal in life. In the midst of cancer treatment, when they were confronted with the disease's brutal reality, they found a new will to live for themselves, their loved ones, and the causes they believed in. Their jobs took on new significance for Savannah and Jenna. They felt compelled to utilize their fame to speak out against cancer and mental illness in the hopes of helping those who are struggling in silence. Realizing their voices could have an impact, they vowed to fight for cancer research, early detection, and treatment access. The lessons they learned about being vulnerable and about family also helped them appreciate the little things. Small wins that Jenna and Savannah treasured included spending quality time with their children and being present with their husbands and children, respectively. Both ladies discovered profound significance in these ordinary moments, despite the difficulty of the path. Embracing the future with faith, with a fresh outlook on life, Savannah and Jenna are both moving forward today. Because of this, they are stronger, healthier, and more appreciative of life in general. They haven't stopped using their platforms to aid others going through the same health struggles by sharing their experience. Their experiences with illness have taught them that life is precarious, yet full of tremendous beauty even in the face of adversity. Their courage, openness, and steadfast devotion to their loved ones have served as an inspiration to countless individuals. Despite facing one of life's greatest obstacles, they have shown that there is hope and unexpected lessons to be gained. Their quest was about more than just beating cancer. It was about flourishing against overwhelming odds. The story of Savannah and Jenna Bush Hager will forever be remembered as a testament to bravery, inspiration, and the indisputable strength of familial love.